This one was wild. So let's start it off. Haaland had a pen in the 25th minute. I'm sure we'll talk about that. Gave City the lead. Silva got the goal back for Chelsea, 1-1 in the 29th. Sterling scored against his old team, did not celebrate in the 37th minute. Chelsea had a 2-1 lead going into halftime. Haaland got another one back quickly in the 47th minute after the half, 2-2. Akanji scored. I'm sorry, it was 2-2 going into the half because Akanji scored in the 45th minute. That is my fault. Again, a week off. So 3-2 when Haaland scored his second for City. Nicholas Jackson, I hate to have to say this out loud, tied it up in the 67th minute. Rodri in the 86th, you would have thought that was the winner, 4-3. But Cole Palmer was given a pen in 5 minutes of stoppage time, tied 4-4. I just wanted to get out of there with a draw. It was nerve-wracking and pretty awful. Where do you guys want to start? I feel like when it's City, I just go on a tangent, and I don't really want to do that. I'd rather have kind of open it up.
I'll start with the pen.
Yeah.
Don't disagree with it. Do think the fact that Haaland is claiming to get roughhoused and, thrown around by a guy half his size is a little soft, but it's a pen. I mean, they were talking on the broadcast, they're both equally pulling each other. They're both jostling, which I think is fair. And then he goes to make his move, and Cucurella just pulls his shirt straight down, and it's a pen. It's a little soft here and there, but it's just interesting to see the fact that since the statement by Jurgen Klopp, City gets 20 of these calls and United gets 4 when Rasmus Højlund gets completely thrown to the ground. Yeah, I'm making this about me now. Rasmus Højlund gets thrown to the ground. Harry Maguire gets thrown to the ground. Granted, those cancel out because how many people he throws to the ground. Just saying, the consistency. I'll take the VAR torch this week. Consistency, inconsistency. A little frustrating with 20 pens to 4 for United ever since that statement. But
so one of the things when Rodri, I think it's a pen too. The second point, Anthony Taylor, I thought did a tremendous job refereeing this game. I think this is one of the best refereeing games that I've seen all season. I will say that. When Rodri scored, I had this take.
So funny you said that.
When Rodri scored,
that guy. Sorry,
it's fine. When Rodri scored, I had this take in the holster, ready to go, in the chamber, ready to go. 20 pens to your 4. I didn't even know this stat. We're in positions to get pens way more than you guys are. Like, you don't play in the box.
No, we put out like crosses, and we just never decided to go for them.
You're not playing championship ball anymore. You guys are mid-table ball. You're not in the positions to be able to get given pens. So I think that's where the difference is, and that's like the Rodri goal at the end. I was like, man, we got outplayed by Chelsea, but this is pedigree, and this is being in situations where we're winning games and winning championships, and that's why he got the goal. Now, we fucked this up. We got outplayed today. Totally got outplayed, and I have to sit here knowing that I hate Chelsea. Like, two things can be true. I can hate Chelsea, and I do, and I think a lot of these players stink, and we lost. And I'm pretty disappointed about that. We got outplayed.
I think, one, you're taking my comment wrong. It's not a shot at you. It was just a general shot at some issues, But I think that the Chelsea, as we all despise Chelsea here, the fact that Chelsea's, their shooting percentage, the first, 5 or 6 games was so atrocious. Now they're actually putting balls on frame, which makes you think that, they were getting in good positions and they were just kicking field goals,
Yeah.
And whether it's confidence or whatever it is, you can laugh about the hat trick from last week, obviously against
Jackson,
9.
yeah.
It's a joke for Nick Jackson, obviously, but it's something to hang your hat on, but they're finally putting the ball on frame and in good places, Maybe Poch is making them into something good, which is kind of scary because they obviously have these guys signed to all their baseball contracts.
Yeah.
So their conversion rate is much better, which is clearly showing they're working on it.
So the key things that I do want to shout out are, one, Reece James. We forgot that he existed. Really good player. Like, kind of torched us a little bit. I didn't know I was going to watch the, Raheem Sterling redemption arc game today. Just put the entire team on his back. I don't know if he was pissed at us and Gareth Southgate both, but he torched Kyle Walker all game. Conor Gallagher How Chelsea ever thought they wanted to get rid of that guy? Dumb. So stupid. Was maybe the best player on the field the entire game. Cole Palmer looks really good. Enzo didn't get a good rating, but like, I don't think he's gotten his footing yet. He'll have flashes of brilliance and then just be kind of whatever. The one thing I'll say is like, Moises Caicedo sucks. He's not a good player. He stinks. Michael, you dodged a bullet. Absolutely dodged a bullet with that one. And my only question is, I don't want to question Pep Guardiola here. Cucurella is not a Premier League defender. He just isn't. He could be a Premier League player, but he's not a Premier League defender. Why we didn't invert our wingers to have Doku just go up against him one-on-one for 3 straight times down the field, I don't really know. Because I think that was their weakest spot. And Reece James could at least keep up with him and kind of ward him off a bit. So that was my assessment, I guess. Dylan, it looked like you wanted to jump in a couple times.
Yeah, I forget my points I was going to make. I do agree, though, with what you were saying. Like, Cucurella had, like, looked he was on ice skates a few times where you should have kept going at him. I disagree. I don't think it was a penalty. Sorry. But I think it's one of those let the boys play moments. They both are grabbing each other. It is what it is. I don't know. I know it could. I could see how it is, but at the same time, I would let him play. I think if you're a Chelsea fan, you obviously are happy about a draw, and maybe you realize that this is like the moment of where Arsenal, I think I've said this a few times, of 2 years ago, where you need to just let Poch figure this out with the young players, and this year is going to suck, but you'll see some moments that are great. Next year's probably somewhere in between, and then finally you might be back type of thing. And Nick, you're like probably 4 years from there, since you're at the Chelsea point of, scoring goals by only your defenders, so don't worry, you'll get there one day. But ultimately, like, I think it'd be there. I do want to say, though, it also sucks that, like, City played like shit, and it still led to a 4-4 draw. So, yeah. Like, that's the part that I would also be like, that's defeating and deflating at that point. But City and Chelsea, we talked about Chelsea. City has 3 more tough games coming up. So, like, hopefully the break came at the right time and you can get your heads right. Because if you play how you did today against Liverpool, and I don't want to jinx this, Michael, but, like, Liverpool will beat City in 2 weeks if that's the team that shows up.
It's another 12:30 start, though. For
forgot about that. I take it back.
Yeah.
City's going to win.
That was my first thought when I saw that Michael's going to be bringing that up. But it's not a shot, Michael. I'm just saying it was something that we do.
Yeah, I'm not shooting at you. I'm just saying it.
No, I'll take a shot. The mentality monsters don't do well in the morning. Look, I think that, like, I would have rather... I don't want to play Liverpool off the back of an international break. Like, I don't want to play Liverpool off the back of this game. This was awful. This is
Sounds
bad.
like you don't want to play Liverpool.
I don't. They're good. Just not in the morning, I guess. But they're good. You can't score 4 goals and lose. Like, Nick, you're a coach. There's certain times where you're watching your team play and you're just like, if we score this much or if we do this, we can't lose. And we do. Like, whatever. It sucks.
Yeah, the only time I've ever been happy scoring 4 goals and losing is when we were down the 10 men and lost 5-4. I was pretty pumped about that one. That was pretty damn good. But
yeah, Dylan, I do think you brought up the point that I was going to say. That, Nick, I apologize here in advance that I was like, I'm going to break you down. I'll spot you the 5. I think, is it 5 points? Chelsea's on 16. United's on 21. I think Chelsea gets more points than you guys for the next 2 years.
Oh, we're restarting to bet because Arsenal's basically winning it at the end of this year.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
You're not catching Arsenal.
no,
like, I just...
Go ahead. I got it. Go ahead. I'll take that bet because I got stats to back it up. Go for it.
I've just... The eye test today and the eye test 3 weeks ago, however long it was, Dylan, I think you should get in on this one.
I don't want to root for Chelsea, though, but, like,
I know,
right.
it sucks.
But, like,
it sucks.
The thing is, like, as much as we've shitted on Chelsea, the talent is there. They just were tripping over themselves. And the thing, though, is I know a point of the bet is we have to take it now. I need to see Chelsea actually do this with the schedule they have, not just against you guys. They need to do it 2 or 3 more times and be like, they're building on something. Like, it's promising, but I could see them trip over themselves all over again. But, like, you're probably right. Like they're ahead of United right now.
Yeah.
Do you know the definition of faith?
No.
I don't
I'm
want
an
to put it in
atheist.
Chelsea.
It is belief in something that is unseen. Erik Ten Hag is second in most points gained from his first 50 matches as a Premier League manager. He's only second to Pep. He has more than Klopp and more than Arteta. We're gonna be.
I would employ you to go look at the team that Klopp got and the team that Ten Hag got.
I'm not going to because I know you're right. But I'm gonna choose the facts that I'm gonna back up my statement with, because as we all know, in 2023 you can use anything to make a statement. We're gonna be just fine. We're gonna get through this period. You know, it's the old don't love me when I'm
lose to Everton.
Oh, Dylan, I wish I could punch you through this through the screen.
Everton's at home. They're not going to beat them.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's not going to be. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying it's not going to be as much of a blowout as you think it might be. I think I'll take that bet, and I will I'll bring back an old bet. I'll put 2 Guinnesses on this one.
I love it. Michael, make sure you're adding that to the tracker too.
Sorry, allow me
Chelsea over United. I do like the shout out that Everton's like the highway boys, just playing on. They're road dogs. They're just some road dogs, dude.